let's begin to find our comfortable seat. And start with your hands, palms down on your legs. Roll your shoulders up and down a couple times here, just releasing into the shoulders. And then let your shoulders soften here, just softening down your back. Feel your sit bones grow heavy here. And see if you can release a little bit tension held in this lower body, tension in your hips or your legs. Feel yourself settle more heavily into this seat. And lengthen your spine here. Feel a gentle lift upwards through the roof of your mouth and the crown of your head. Invite your head ever so slightly back in space until your neck aligns with the rest of your spine. And then here, invite a relaxation into your jaw, into the muscles of your face, into all the muscles of your body, all relaxing here. And if they're not already, let's rotate your hands to be palms facing up. Into this space, begin to invite a greater awareness of your breath. Feel yourself taking in a full, complete inhale, full, complete exhale. And let your consciousness follow each breath, noticing the moments when your breath shifts from an inhale to an exhale and back again. And into this stillness, into this quiet space, connect with your reason for your practice today. Feeling into your motivation for bringing yourself to your mat for this time. And let's draw your hands together in Anjali Mudra. Bring your chin in. Let's find a little Om. It could be loud or it could be quiet. Om. Nice inhale here. And as you exhale, settle your hands to your lap. Bring your chin in. Let your eyes begin to open here. And as you're ready, lift your gaze upwards. And let's switch the cross of your legs here. Still cross-legged. If you're cross-legged, just bringing the opposite leg forward. Let's come back to that movement into the shoulders. A nice, easy rolling of your shoulders here, up towards your ears and back and down. And then we'll take that opposite movement. So pausing here, shoulders down your back, rolling up and forward. Just releasing here into your shoulders. Good. Let's pause here. Both shoulders relaxing. Release your head to one side. And just experiment here, moving your head from side to side. Keep this one ear moving towards its same shoulder. And just finding a little bit of a release. As you do this, release the back teeth away from each other. Create some space in the jaw. And then choosing the orientation of your eyes that serves you best here. We'll take a hold. Breathing here, extend your opposite arm away, stretching through the 10 fingers. You might take the hand of the shoulder you're stretching towards and just invite a gentle draping of that hand. So not using force on your head at all, just allowing the weight of your hand to enhance the stretch. Nice deep breathing here. And take the hand of the arm that's stretching away. Rotate that hand to face palm upwards. Bend that same elbow. Make a little claw of your fingers and take your fingertips, dig them into the circle of the shoulder joint here. So if you're just trying to hold that whole circle of joint in your fingers, dig in there and then find a gentle tugging away, creating some traction here. Keep the breath steady. Good. Next exhale, settle both hands back to your lap. Head comes back towards center. Again, find that movement of chin parallel to the ground. Ears come backwards in space to align over the shoulders. So nice long neck. Good. Keep everything the same. We're just going to rotate gaze, looking away from the shoulder that you were just stretching towards. Good. So we're not taking the opposite stretch yet, just taking a nice twist here. Use your inhale, get tall. Exhale, soften. Inhale, connect with the length of your spine. Release all of your muscles as you exhale. Inhale, bring it back to center. Dropping now opposite ear towards opposite shoulder. Just find that tracking here, just looking up and down. Keep your head oriented on this side. And just noticing here, which of these movements serves you best? Good, and we'll settle into a stillness here. So gaze could be up, could be down, whatever serves you. Reach your opposite arm away from your body, really stretch and extend through the fingertips. And maybe you'll take that option of reaching that same hand of the shoulder that you're stretching towards. Let that hand drape on your head without tugging. You're going to connect with the softness that you're able to here, seeking the muscles that can relax. And that softness in the face. Okay, take that arm outstretched, rotate palm facing up, claw the fingertips, reach the fingers forward to encircle the joint of the shoulder and find that gentle traction. A nice inhale here. And exhale, release down. Bring yourself back to center. Nice long spine. Long spine here, and then rotate towards the shoulder that you were stretching away from. Keep your chin parallel to the ground, jaw nice and soft here. And just tune in here with your breath. Tune in here with how your body feels. Inhale, bring it back to center. Good, coming back to center here. Stretch your fingers to the sky. Bring your palms towards each other. Use your exhale, bring your hands to heart center, coming back to Anjali Mudra. And let's find our hands and our knees, please. So just find that easy tabletop position, and you know to take care of your knees here. So if your knees need some padding, please do that. And let's drop the belly forward, lift the gaze upwards. Nice big inhale here. Exhale, round into your spine. Release the weight of your head down. Good, and just moving here, tilt your tailbone, bring your heart forward, gaze up. Exhale, curl inwards. Head is the last to drop downwards. And as we come forward into our cow pose, head is the last to lift upwards. So just let your movement here begin to coincide with your breath. Good. So we're going to keep this spinal movement, keep creating space in your spine, but this time we're going to begin to flow forwards and backwards. And so just let this be an organic movement. Following the movements of the spine, maybe inviting some bend into the elbows. Let this be a waving motion. Good. Next movement, bring yourself here to a neutral spine. Gaze is down, spine is neutral. Draw your inner knees, inner thighs together here. Tilt both hips to one side. Bring your gaze over the opposite shoulder. Use an inhale, come through center, and we'll take the other side. So just coming side to side here. Good. A few more times, side to side. Bringing ourselves back towards center. Separate here your knees, hips width distance apart. And we'll take our thread the needle pose here. So use an inhale, stretch your right fingertips up to the sky. Exhale, thread the right arm through the left. And now if your right cheek doesn't come easily to the ground, might grab a block or a folded blanket here, lay that underneath your cheek. And just resting your head here on the block or on the ground. Good. Staying here, you could have that other hand right in front of your nose, other elbow pointing up to the sky. Really weight into the right shoulder and let yourself go into the sensation as you breathe. So if you're already experiencing a nice stretch here into your right shoulder, you might choose to stay here. If you'd like to go further, curl the left toes under, reach that left leg directly out to the left. So straight line from your left hip to your knee, to your heel. Heel here is lifted. Breathing here. If you decide that for your body, you'd like a little bit more here, take that left hand from in front of your nose, reach it behind your body. Again, weighting into the right shoulder. Breathe deep wherever you are. If you find your breath hitching or holding, that's your body's invitation just to back up a moment. It's your body just asking you to come out a little bit. Don't go quite so deeply into the shape. Nice inhale here. Holding for the exhale. Next inhale, if that left hand is behind your back, send that left hand back in front of your nose. Bring that left hip in if your left hip is extended. And using an inhale, press into your left hand. Reach the right fingertips back up to the sky. Exhale here. Settle right palm down to the ground. Good. Separate your knees here, the width of your mat. Bring your big toes towards each other. Send your hips towards your heels. Lengthen your arms long. Coming here to pose of the child. And same thing as with our thread the needle. If your head doesn't come easily to the ground, use a pillow, a blanket, or a block. Do settle your head here into something. Might stay here arms long, or might here choose to pop the palms away from the ground. Keep your fingertips down. Walk your palms to the left. So fingers come off the left side of your mat. Head stays down. So you'll lift and then lower again to the left. Might even here cross right wrist over left and rotate, looking out underneath that long right arm now. Breathing here. Good. If you took that option to cross the wrist, let's uncross. Bring yourself back towards center here, back into this pose of the Balasana. Release your palms down, release your elbows down to the ground. Press into your hands, bring yourself here, back up into your tabletop position. Spine neutral, gaze is down. Good, and here use an inhale, stretch the left fingertips up to the sky. Exhale, thread that left arm through, bringing your cheek here either to the ground or to a block. Right fingertips come land directly in front of your nose. Keep your elbow, right elbow pointing up to the sky. And breathing here, let the muscle soften here. So one of the things about using our alignment to get into a pose is the rest of the muscles can soften. You can really count on that alignment to keep us in the shape. Count on the stacking of bones. And this is where the muscles can start to find some release of held tension. So maybe you'll stay here. Maybe you'll stretch your right leg out to the right, almost like a kickstand on a bike, that nice straight line from your hip to your knee to your heel lifted. Breathing easily here. Maybe take that right hand from in front of your nose. Maybe thread that hand behind your back, perhaps even reaching for the opposite side. Breathing here. And checking in with the breath, checking in to see what the body might need here. Next inhale, if your hand is behind your back, once again, send that hand right in front of your nose. As your exhale, bring your right knee in beneath your right hip if it's not already. Inhale here, press the right palm down, release the left fingertips upwards, and then exhale, come back to your tabletop here. Good, find your way to pose of the child, Balasana, knees mats with distance or together. Soften your head down to the ground here. And then lift the palms of your hands. Press the 10 fingertips down. Walk your fingertips now off the left side of your mat. Sorry, that's right side, opposite of what we did last time. So coming to the right side of your mat. Maybe the left wrist wants to cross over the right. Maybe we want to rotate looking out underneath that long left arm. Breathing deeply here. Feel this opening. Good. If you took that option, crossing wrist over wrist, let's uncross here. Bring yourself back into the shape of the child's pose, releasing palms down, elbows down, and then bring yourself here up into hands and knees, coming into our tabletop here. As you find your tabletop, walk your wrists directly beneath your shoulders, spread your fingertips wide, curl your 10 toes under. Use an inhale, press into your toes, lift your hips up and back, coming here, pose of the downward dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. And as you find this pose, give yourself some space to awaken the muscles in the back of your legs. So bending, straightening, opposite knees. And let's begin to connect with that wave motion that we were playing with on our cat and cow. So begin here to bend into the knees, begin to arch your spine, lift your gaze, and then straighten into the legs, curl into the back body, almost to float forward, bending here. And so we're just waving here, forwards and backwards, just finding that movement into the spine. Be like a little bit of free form movement here. It doesn't have to be serious. Here, we're not worried about alignment. We're just looking for some more mobility, moving into the muscles, into the joints. Also, just moving that prana. Good. Bringing yourself back into your downward dog. Let's lift your gaze upwards. Walk your feet forward here. Find that top line of your yoga mat. Bring your fingertips to your knees, lengthen long. Here's our half forward fold. Inhale here. Exhale, let yourself come into the shape of forward fold. Bend your knees as much as you need to bring your fingers down, or use your blocks to bring the ground up. Inhale, both hands come to your hips. Roll your shoulders open. Use your exhale, rise up here. Inhale, reaching upwards. Exhale, bring your palms together, Anjali Mudra. Nice inhale here, stretch long. Exhale, lead with your heart as you bow forward, coming into your Uttanasana, standing forward fold. Find your half rise here, Ardha Uttanasana, then exhale, soften. Good, again, give yourself that latitude, either bending into your knees or using your blocks to bring the floor higher. Relax the weight of your head here. With your head fully relaxed, neck fully long, release your head side to side. Nod your chin in and out. You can find a stillness here in movement. Bring both hands to your hips. Roll your shoulders open. Use your exhale. Rise here to Tadasana. Inhale, stretch long for the sky. Exhale, bring your palms together. Nice inhale here. Reach your fingers upwards. Keep your fingers lifting as you consciously soften your shoulders. Take a hold of your right wrist with your left fingertips. Invite the right thumb towards the wall behind you. Then arc your body to the left. Good. Might lift your gaze here. Might take your right ankle, step it behind the left. So arcing the body to the left, breathing here, stretching into the side body. Nice inhale here. Hold for the exhale. Inhale, bring yourself back to center. Release your hands down. Uncross if you took that option. Separate your feet here wider than your hips and just find a gentle movement side to side. Let your arms be moving just with momentum here. Good, let this movement still. Bring yourself back to center. Walk your feet and hips with distance. Take a nice inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, fingers reaching upwards. Exhale, consciously soften your shoulders. Encircle now the left wrist with the right fingers. Pull your left thumb open and arch your body to the right here. Good, gaze forward or gaze up. It's a little tricky on balance. On this side, if the left heel will rise, and then we'll step the left ankle behind the right. Soles of both feet stay grounded. Breathing here. Inhale, bring your body back to center. Release your hands down. Release that cross of the ankles if you took it. Widen your base, widen your foundation, wider than your hips. And again, find that little windmill side to side. It's releasing here. Good, bringing yourself to center here. Let's find the top line of your yoga mat. Let's take those blocks, if you have them, bring those blocks fairly close to that top line of your yoga mat. Good, so stepping feet, excuse me, feet right behind the blocks. Bring both hands to your hips. Good. Begin to fix your gaze forward. Ground evenly through both feet. So we're balanced feet here. We're not going to balance for long, but getting ready to feel that weight distributing equally, grounding through the four corners. Bring your palms together. Bring your right knee in towards your chest. Here's our balance. Holding here, breathing here. Bend into your left knee, step the right toes backwards, ground the right heel down. Good, bend into your front knee. So we're warrior one legs, bending into that front knee, back leg is strong and straight, heels grounding down. Now bring both hands to your hips. Good, hands might stay here on the hips, roll your shoulders open, point both elbows back. Option 2 is interlace your fingers. Let's bring the right thumb on top as you interlace your fingers. So if you're taking that option, peel your hands down your back body or point those elbows backwards, lift your gaze upwards. Nice big inhale here. Exhale, bring yourself forward, coming to your humble warrior. Good, balancing here, right? So as we separate our feet and lean forward, we're working with balance. Feel your body working to maintain an equilibrium. Feel your breath moving here. Good, big inhale here. Exhale, release your hands down. Place your hands on your 2 blocks or the ground. Release that back heel upwards. You're spinning back toes down, back heel pointing to the sky, and then step your back foot forward. Take a half lift, Ardha Uttanasana here. Nice inhale here. Exhale, draw inward. Bring both hands to your hips. Roll your shoulders open. Press into your feet, coming up here into your Tadasana. Inhale, stretch tall. Exhale, bring your hands together. Good. Find your hands and your hips again. Fix your gaze on your non-moving point. Weight evenly into the 4 corners of both feet. On an inhale, bring your left knee upwards, holding here for your exhale. Breathing here. Then bend into your right knee, step the left toes back, drop your heel down, point the toes towards the upper left corner of your mat. Bend into your front right knee, coming here, Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. Roll your shoulders open here. Point both the elbows towards the wall behind you. If we interlaced fingers last time, do so again, this time left thumb on top as your fingers interlace. Draw your shoulder blades towards each other on your back body. Lift your gaze, lift your sternum. Big inhale here. Exhale, humble warrior. Breathing here. Nice inhale here. Exhale, release your hands down, catch the mat or catch your block. Release your back heel, spin the toes down, heel upward, step your back foot forward here. Take your half lift, Ardha Uttanasana, gaze down, spine nice and long. Exhale, fold in, release the weight of your head down. Next inhale, bring both hands to your hips, roll your shoulders open, press into your feet, rise upwards here, reaching for the sky on your inhale. Exhale, hands come towards each other. Good, take your 2 blocks now. If you're working with blocks, let's set them on your tallest height if they're not there already. So top line of your mat, tallest height with your blocks. Bring your palms to heart center. Good, find that Yogi Pada Bandha, that's that equal weighting into the feet here. Fix your gaze, use an inhale, lift your right knee up. Bend into your left, step your right foot backwards here. Good, plug that back heel down, bend into your front knee. Good, so warrior 1 feet. Now, release that back heel, spin the heel upwards, toes forward. Good, if you feel unsteady, so if you feel like you might fall, get wider. Okay, bring that front heel even more forward. Give yourself more space on your mat. Take a nice big inhale here. Stretch your fingertips to the sky. Exhale, settle in. Let your shoulders soften away from your ears. Good, feel the inner thighs working. Inner thighs draw towards each other, giving you some steadiness. Nice big inhale here. Exhale, bring your hands forward, lean forward. Rotate right elbow to left knee. Roll your top shoulder open, lift your gaze up. Good, if we're feeling really shaky, always the option to bring that right knee down to the ground. Give yourself that latitude. Might reach the right fingertips down, left upwards. That block is waiting for you. So if your right fingertips don't reach the ground, reach for your block. On an inhale, unwind, coming back towards center. Switch both blocks to their tallest height if they're not there already. Reach the crown of your head forward away from that back heel. Big inhale here. Exhale, step your back heel forward. Take your half lift here, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, soften in. Inhale, both hands come to your hips, shoulders roll open. Use your exhale, rise here. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, bring your hands towards each other, Anjali Mudra. Good, finding again that non-moving point, little drishti point on which to focus. Bring your left knee upwards now. Bend into your right knee, step the left foot back. Start by grounding your heel down. Find that nice warrior one stance, feel grounded. Then release your back heel, spin the heel up, toes spin forward. Find your high lunge. Find some stability in this high lunge. As you feel unshaky and more stable, stretch your fingers to the sky, breathing here. Good, find a softening of the muscles in the back body. Extend upwards through your 10 fingers, sink downwards into that front heel. Nice big inhale here. Exhale, bring your hands towards each other, lengthen forward. Take the twist, reaching left elbow towards right knee, right shoulder opens here, gaze lifts. Always an option to lower that back knee down. Option to stay here, hand joined, or stretch the left fingertips down, reach the right fingertips up to the sky. Good, big inhale here. Holding for the exhale. Let it be an inhale that unwinds you here, coming back towards center. Reach for the ground or reach for your block. Use an inhale, step your back foot forward. Exhale, softening here into your forward fold. Inhale, bring both hands to your hips, roll your shoulders open, rise on your exhale. Good, pausing here, hands to heart. Eyes closing, gaze inwards. Notice this inner experience that happens as we practice. Notice the heat rising, the breath and the prana moving in your body. Good, next exhale, bring both hands down to your hips, drop your gaze down to your feet. Step your right toes backwards here. Let your gaze now follow those right toes as the heel plugs down. This time, toes are going to open to the right. So it's almost as if we're stepping back for a triangle pose. So right toes point to the long right side of your mat. Outside edge of the right foot is parallel to the back end of your yoga mat. Then bend into your left knee. Bring your left elbow to your left knee. Roll your right shoulder open. Bring your shoulder blades backwards here. Bring the crown of your head back as if there's a wall behind you and you just want your whole back body to be resting on that wall. Good, reach the right arm back, start palm forward, and then rotate palm down to the ground. Rotate palm backwards. Sweep that arm forward. Now pinky finger is pointing to the ground. Palm is pointing towards the wall behind you. Breathing here. Option to stay here, elbow to knee, or reach that left hand down here for your waiting block. Nice breathing here. Reach and extend through the front fingertips, press actively into the outer edge of your back foot. Exhale, bring your hand back to your hip. Rotate your gaze down to the ground. Press into both heels. Lift your torso upwards, straighten into your front leg. Rotate all 10 toes to face center. Good, so now we're facing the long line of our yoga mat. Take an inhale here, stretch your fingertips tall. Exhale, bring your hands down to the ground or grab those blocks, bring your hands to the blocks. So you want here, hands to land beneath your shoulders, spine to be parallel to the ground. Press actively into the outer edge of both feet here. Keep your chin drawing in, press your sit bones backwards, extend the crown of your head forward, tractioning into your spine. Breathe here. Good. Instead of curling, as we so often do in this shape, we're going to continue to spine lengthen here. So if you're up on blocks and if you're able to bring your hands to the ground, go ahead, do that. If your hands don't come easily to the ground, turn your blocks to their shortest height here. Good. Keep your sit bones and heels exactly where they are, weighting backwards. Walk the hands off the long side of your yoga mat. So we're taking this into a wide leg downward dog. Hands to your shoulders with distance apart. Weight continues to be in your hips and your heels. Reach forward with your fingertips and imagine that your heart, your shoulders can melt here. Soften here. Breathe here. On an inhale, walk your hands in underneath your shoulders. Heel toe or hop your feet towards each other. Take a half lift, Ardha Uttanasana here. Exhale, soften in, come into our classic forward fold. Fingers plugging down, head is heavy here, neck nice and long. Use an inhale, bring your hands to your hips, roll your shoulders open, and exhale, rise up here. Inhale, reaching for the sky. Exhale, palms come towards each other. Checking in here. Notice this internal experience. Now, if you're using blocks, if we use them on our first side, go ahead and set your blocks for your second side. Getting ready to do our second extended side stretch. Good. Bring both hands to your hips. Drop your gaze down to your toes. This time, left foot steps backwards. Bend into your right knee. Drop the left heel down and then rotate toes open to face that long left side of your yoga mat. Good. Give yourself a wide enough space between your two heels that you feel really steady here. As you feel steady, drop your left elbow to your left knee. Roll your right shoulder open and invite the whole back body reaching towards that plane of space behind you. Good. So ears centering over shoulders even here. Good. Stretch your left fingertips backwards. Start palm facing forward. Rotate palm facing down. Rotate palm facing the wall behind you and then sweep your long arm forward. Bring your arm parallel to your ear. Option to stay high. This left elbow might want to stay nice and high on your knee or might want to grab for one of those waiting blocks. Nice inhale here. Holding for the exhale. Let it be an inhale that takes you out of it. Hand back to your hips, gaze dropping down. Press into your heels, lift your torso upwards, straighten into both legs, rotate the 10 toes forward. Good, nice big inhale here, stretch up. Exhale, lengthen forward, lower down, grab for those blocks if you want to use them. Land your hands beneath your shoulders. Spine long here, gaze down. Reach the crown of your head forward, sit bones backwards, create some traction. Good, so you could do what we did in the last side, which is our long line downward dog, wide leg downward dog, or you could take our classic Prasarita Padottanasana, walking your fingers towards your heels, let your spine lengthen long, maybe rest the crown of your head down on a block or on the ground. Breathing wherever you are, in whatever shape serves you best today. Good. Let's begin whether our arms are forward or back to again find our hands underneath our shoulders. Underneath our shoulders, spine parallel to the ground. Step or hop your feet towards each other. Good. Let's come all the way up to standing. Coming all the way up to standing. Let's set, if we're working with blocks today, let's set one block up on each short side of our yoga mat. Good. Stretch your heels away from each other. Rotate your right toes to face forward. Bend into your right knee. Keep that left leg nice and long. Bring your right elbow to your right knee. Very similar to the shape we just did. Roll your left shoulder open here. Good. Extend that left arm long, rotating palm facing backwards. Sweep your arm forward. Nice big inhale here. Breathing here, option to stay high or go low with that arm, that right fingertips reaching down. Good, nice big inhale, reach that top arm upwards, lift your torso upwards, bring your hands to your hips. Rotate right toes to face the long right side of your yoga mat, left toes to face the short side of your yoga mat. Bend into your left knee. Good, bring the left elbow to your left knee, roll your top shoulder open, bring your whole shoulder girdle backwards. Extend the arm long behind you, rotate palm backwards, sweep your arm forward here. Good, coming into our second side of our extended side stretch. Breathe deep here, keep your elbow on your knee or reach down. Good, big inhale here. Ground into your heels for the exhale. Use your inhale, lift your torso upwards. As your torso lifts, straighten into both knees. Rotate all 10 toes to face forward. Good, take those two blocks, set them forward of your body towards that long line of your yoga mat. Nice inhale here. Let's reach up. And exhale, come forward. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Catch your blocks. Place one of your blocks in the center of your mat, underneath your nose. Plant your left hand underneath your nose. Bring your right hand to your hip. Roll your right shoulder open. Point your right elbow to the sky. Rotate heart and eyes to face the right. Might stay here, right hand in your hip, or might reach those fingertips up. Good, big inhale here. Hold for your exhale. And use an inhale, bring it back to center. Plant now right hand underneath your right nose. Center left hand to your hip, left elbow pointing up. Roll your left shoulder open, lengthen long, stretch the crown of your head forward, and then rotate heart and eyes to the left. Might stay here, hand in your hip, might reach those fingertips up to the sky. Breathing deeply here. And on an inhale, bring it back down. Both hands come down. Make space for both of your hands, one on each block. Step or hop your feet towards each other here. Bend into your knees, drop your weight into your hips and your heels. Keep your heels lifted here, toes down, coming into a supported squat. If you'd like to test your balance today, bring your hands to your heart. So toes down, knees and heels lifted, just balancing, breathing here. Good. Let's bring our hands down to the ground. Release the weight of your body down. Spin so that you're now facing the long side of your yoga mat. Bring your body down to your back. As you come to your back body, keep your knees bent, pointing up to the ceiling. Resting here, back body. Take a moment. Let the weight of your body settle down. Breathing deeply here. Good. Lift your fingertips up. Keep your elbows down on the ground. Walk your elbows closer towards your ribs and then press into the backs of your arms. So from your elbows to your shoulders, press down. That action is going to lift the center of your spine up. That action will create more space to invite your elbows even closer. Good. So nice, firm connection, elbows to the ground. Just taking a really gentle, really supported back bend here. Feel that gentle opening in the low ribs. Feel that extra space for fresh prana, fresh oxygen. Nice big inhale here. Good. Exhale, release into the upper body, just coming back into lying down here. Shift now. Hips are going to come to the left, knees to the right. Hips to the left, knees to the right. Take your right hand on your top knee, extend your left arm long, rotate gaze to the left, coming here into a reclining twist. Let the muscles in your body soften here as you breathe. Releasing hold of your leg. Bring your body back to center on an inhale. Shifts now, hips right, knees left. Center right arm long. Bring your gaze looking away from your knee. Coming here into your easy twist. Inhale here, bring it back to center. Bring both knees in towards your chest as you come back to center. Use your hands to hug your knees inwards. Find some movement side to side. Releasing into the back, giving yourself poor man's massage here, just rolling side to side. Good. Let this action still. Bring yourself to center. Keep holding onto your knees, but now take your hands onto your kneecaps. Find a little nutation of the pelvis. So drop the pelvis forward, lift the low back away from the ground. From here, come side to side. So still rolling side to side, but keeping that arch in your low back, lumbar spine here, releasing into these muscles. Good. Nice inhale here. Exhale, release your back into the ground. Settle your legs down onto the ground. Stretch your legs long. Let your hands rest here by your side. Bring your body here into a stillness, into a resting space of your Shavasana, a space where you're not working to control your breath, where you're allowing for the full weight of your body to settle down. Give yourself this gift of stillness. You can hear to let your awareness gently touch back in the movement of your breath. As your awareness comes back to your breath, you're going to find some small movements to your fingers, your toes. Let that movement come upwards to your wrists and your ankles. And as you're ready, take a nice big stretch. Fingers back, toes forward. And your body to rest easy on one side. Let your top arm bring yourself back into a seat. And we'll finish with a breath practice today. And so finding a seat that is comfortable. Settle your hands in your lap, however they're most comfortable, maybe fingers interlaced, maybe hands in Gyan Mudra. And just bring your awareness inwards. Invite your eyes to close. And this breath practice, very simple this morning. Just notice how long it takes to inhale, how long it takes to exhale. And you can do that by counting internally to yourself. And then find an equal length. So if your exhale is shorter than your inhale, just slow it down so that they're both the same length. Good. Let's release this internal count. Keep your eyes closed, but bring your hands to heart center.